Hi, I'm Sean Clark. Today I'm at the Kappa Delta House from Night of the Creeps. Welcome to Horror's Hallowed Grounds. So right now we're at the first of 3 college campuses used in the film. This was Lambeth Hall. This was JC and Chris's dorm in the film, but it's actually Live Oak Hall here at Cal State Northridge. So this is where you'll see Chris walking in with his tuxedo, and they always seem to go in and out of this building. The interior of this building was also used for the hallway scenes, like when JC goes into the bathroom before he meets his fate. So let's go take a look inside. Whoops. Or not. Or yes. As you can see, the hallways haven't really changed that much over the years. Although we could not find the exact location of the restroom, it is pretty much as it looked 30 plus years ago. We're now at our second location of the college campuses. This is UCLA, which happens to be writer and director Fred Decker's alma mater. He was very proud to actually come back to his school 3 years later and film his first feature film. This is where JC and Chris come out and they're confronted by Brad, and Brad tells them he isn't too happy about the prank they pulled.
Not too cool, bros.
He ends up tripping poor JC right over here, and this is what puts him on the outs with old Jill. Now standing at 5200 Lancashire in North Hollywood, this is the site of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. That's where the building stands today, but back when they shot Night of the Creeps, this was an old abandoned Woolworths department store, and all the interiors for the film were built inside that building on this property. The alien spaceship was built in there, the lab, the morgue, JC and Chris's dorm room, some of the interior of the beta house, all built right on this spot. Another interesting thing is there's a point in the film where you see the cop cars drive by Phil's Diner. Phil's Diner was actually moved off of Chandler and put right there. It's right across the street right now, Phil's Diner. Right where they shot the interiors for the film. It's kind of a weird coincidence. Also, right across the street from this building is the Cobra Kai Dojo from Karate Kid. We get bonus Horror's Hallowed Grounds footage. The Cobra Kai Dojo, currently vacant. Has been vacant a long time. I've been to this location a few times, but somebody should put a little dojo in here. Let's get it back in business. Come on. So right now we're at the location that was 4063 Radford Avenue. Today, it is apartment buildings on both sides here. You can barely recognize this area. There used to be houses. And right here is where the bus was overturned and the beta zombies emerged, heading over to the Kappa Delta house. Right now we're gonna head over to the Kappa Delta house and have writer-director Fred Decker show us how he filmed that and star Jason Lively. Let's go take a look.
I tried. Okay, so this is the walk that Jason, you and Steve did. Chris and JC walking down talking about their grandparents have sex more than they do and all that stuff.
My grandparents have sex more than we do.
Well, granted.
I always get confused about that. Do Chris and JC have sex? I don't think so, although there is a fan contingent.
Yeah,
but anyway, so
I can tell you, no, they did not.
I don't know, as a fan, I think there's something.
So you're standing there and you look over here and then show us what you
Oh, here's the magic, where it all started between Chris and Cindy. Beautiful Jill Whitlow. Yeah, so this is it, Beta House. But it was over here where Steve interrupts the guy and tells him the phone calls for him.
Well, that was in the back, right?
Thank goodness they're here.
Yeah, the big party scene is in the back.
Yeah.
And the outer room where Jill comes up to the Bradster and we reveal that they're a couple, that was in here. And also where you guys have your plan to pledge the fraternity. This is where the beta party was. I think there was like a little back porch. I remember it being raised. And that TV there was there when we filmed this, even though it wasn't invented for many years after that. Okay, so here's where we did the big crane shot at the opening in the black and white sequence of the movie. On this house right here, we came down, we had some background people come in here, they're talking about taking finals and stuff, and then we go over here, and Ken Herron, as Johnny, drives up in his blue T-Bird and pulls up in front of this house. However, it's supposed to be the Delta house, the Delta Kappa Delta house, we cheated, and we cut to the other house, which we'll go to now. Okay, so this is the Kappa Delta house from the movie. And whenever you get older and you go back to some place many, many years later, I've found that it's always smaller. So this is your walk of zombie killing.
And this felt like I don't know. I thought it was much, much further than this.
It's like 4 steps to kill zombies. Seriously, you came down here and you're and it's like you can spit. And this is here where the Bradster meets puppet zombie dog.
Right out in the streets where I stood and held Jill and watched the place burn.
Yes, that's where the fire trucks were. The shed where you and Jill have your thing.
Real good
plan.
Yeah.
That was all on the stage, so it never existed here.
Yeah.
We added that for added suspense. That was all reshoots. So, but lots of stuff happened here. This is where the Bradster was.
When he was a zombie sitting there.
He was sitting there, and Jill not looking at him conveniently was trying to tell him that it wasn't going to work out.
I feel like we shot here the most. We spent a lot of time at this location.
What about the house mother's house? That wasn't really behind this, right? Or was it? Because I know that they have added to this building, so it's twice as big as it used to be.
No, it was here, and I'll tell you why I remember, because we actually shot the interior with the house mother watching Plan 9 from outer space and the Axeman coming up through the floor. We shot that in this little house, and we all had to go up these little steps. And
oh, really?
And I was like, who do we not need? And it was my first movie, so I didn't know what I was doing. So I said, do we need the script supervisor? And they were like, yeah, you need the script supervisor.
Here's a little tidbit of info. I remember rushing quite a few of these houses and going to their parties with Steve when we weren't shooting. We would be at keg parties, one over there, I remember for sure, right across the street.
Yeah.
I feel like I actually went to USC for a little while and a little upset I didn't get a diploma, so.
So this has changed quite a bit, huh, Fred?
Yes, this has changed quite a bit. There was a curved stairway there, carpeted. You'll recognize it from the movie because Cynthia's up there when the doorbell rings and her date comes. And we played a lot of business here. There was a scene that we cut out that was shot with the girls all here in this front area. And in here, this is the shape of the room that was, it was kind of a sitting room, and there was our little co-ed who was doing her homework, and then she hears the cat at the French door, which was there. There was a French door there.
It was completely different.
And then we rebuilt all this at the studio for reshoots and for the zombies to come through. There was a French door here too, I think, and they come through. You'll see this in the third act, them coming through there. And over here is where Tom does his spinning around. That was not shot here, that was at the studio.
I was at the rebuilt replica of this room.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So the only other thing here on the first floor is the hallway. Aha!
I'm glad he's here because I don't remember.
It wasn't this hallway, because this hallway wasn't there. It was here, because the stairs were here, so the stairs would have covered this hallway. The hallway where Jason and Jill come in with the flamethrower is down here. which is now a big room and not a hallway at all.
Get out of the house now!
Here, Jason, come here.
I'm gonna say that to
Come
the
here,
next
just
kid
come
I
right
say.
here, pretend you got
I'm gonna say that to the
pretend you
next
got the thing
kid.
and you back with
Yes.
him. Walk back, ready?
Uh-huh.
And action.
Get out of the house. Get out of the house now!
All right, so this is real sorority life here. Check this out. This is right in the spot where Tom Atkins comes and smells the rose when he's walking into the Kappa Delta house. Vomit. And a piece of garlic bread. Boy, how things have changed.